Good afternoon one and all. This is my third lecture of BSc third year topic linear programming problem. Okay. So in previous lecture we will see some terms regarding this. Now in this lecture I will explain you the methods of finding the solution of general LPP. Okay. So there are three methods of finding the solution of general LPP. The first method is graphical method. The second method is a simplex method and third method is big M method. Okay. The graphical method, the name itself gives me the answer. Over here we can draw the graph of given constraint and then by using this graph I can find the solution of the LPP. So over here the restriction is that if the variables are more than 2 then we cannot use this method. In this method, if the variables are more than 2, then we cannot use this method. So we will move to next method, that is simplex method. In a simplex method, the constraints are strictly less than or equal to type. If the constraints are strictly less than or equal to type, then only we can find the solution by using the second method, that is simplex method. In the third method, but if the constraints are greater than or equal to type, then we cannot find the solution using the simplex method. So to move to next, that is big M method, if the constraints are of any type, that is it is less than or equal to, greater than or equal to or equal to type, then we will solve the problem by using big M method. Okay. So that is these three methods. In this lecture we will see the first method, that is graphical method. Fine. So see, if I explain the method and then have the problem, then it is difficult to you to solve the problem. Fine. So over here I will take one example and with the help of solving of this example I will explain the method also. Okay. So let me have one example of this type. The example is use a graphical method to solve the following LPP. My LPP is maxima is Z. This is equal to 15x1 plus 10x2. 15x1 plus 10x2. Subject to constraints. The constraints are 4x1 plus 6x2. 4x1 plus 6x2 less than or equal to 360. Then next will be 3x1. 3x1 less than or equal to 180. And next will be 5x1 less than or equal to 200. Over here not x1, problem is of x2. And x1, x2 strictly greater than or equal to 0. So we solve this LPP by using graphical method. Over here the restriction is placed, that is we have only two variables. Fine. Now see, to draw the graph for this, now the method begins. To draw the graph of this, we need to find the values of the coordinates, x and y coordinates. How I find the coordinates? See, for this equation, suppose I have this first equation, this is second equation. No, actually this is my first equation, second equation and third equation. So let me consider the first equation. Now to solve this, I will consider all the equations in equality type. That means less than or equal to type is there, but I will consider this while giving the area under this line. Okay. So I can have the equation as 4x1 plus 6x2 is equal to 360. Okay. That means less than or equal to type will be converted to equality type directly, not by introducing any surplus or slack variable. Okay. Now I can place the value of x1 and x2. Suppose I place the value of x1 as a 0 over here. So if I place x1 as 0, then the equation is 6x2 is equal to 360. So x2 is 360 divided by 6. So what it is? 60. Okay. So the value of x2 is now 60. So I can write the value over here. So x2 is equal to 60. Now to get the second coordinate, I can have the value of x2 as 0. So suppose I put the value of x2 as 0, then what is the value of x1? The x1 is 360 divided by 4 and it is 90. Okay. So my first coordinate is 0, 360 second coordinate is 90, 0. Getting the concept? Okay. So see, for the first line, I can have this. So I can draw the line as, I can have the graph over here. Okay. So my graph is, for the first line, I have the points as 0, 60 and the second point is 90, 0. So on x coordinate, I need the values at 0 to 90. Okay. So that means I have so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay. And in this also I can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then one more thing, 7. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70. So first point I need to plot is 0, 60. So on x-axis I have 0 and on y-axis I have 60. So that means it is a 0, 60 over here. Or we may have the x1 and x2. That is, for x-axis I have values x1 and for y-axis I have values x2. Okay. And 90, 0. So on, see, this is 0 and 90. Okay. So my equation or my line passing through these 2 points is nothing but the line for first equation, and my first equation is this. So that means this is my first equation. Okay. Line for passing through these 2 points. That is my first equation. Now see, what is the area? I can use this sign, less than or equal to sign. Okay. So less than or equal to sign means I need to find the area under this line which gives me the value or answer as less than or equal to 360. So what is the region? See, if I put the values as 10 and 10, then I can put the value of x1 as 10 and x2 as 10. So what is the answer? 40 into 10, 4 into 10, that is 40, plus 6 into 10, that is 60, 40 plus 60, that is 100. So 100 is less than or equal to 360. Okay, fine. So this region. Suppose I put the value as 100 over here, that is x1 is 100 and x2 is 70. So what about the point? See, 4 into, I can put this value over here, 170, which is above the line, which is above this line. Okay. So that means 4 into 100 plus 6 into 70. So what is the answer for this? See, 400 plus 420. So it is 820. So whether it is less than or equal to 360? No, it is not. So since it is not, so above the line region is not there. Above the line, the region is not there. So the region is below the line. So my region is this for my first equation. Okay. Fine. Now what about the second equation? My second equation is this. So let me consider this as 3x1 is equal to 180. Okay. 3x1 is equal to 180. So I can put over here, actually we cannot put any value. The value of x1 is strictly, I get this as 180 divided by 3. So 180 divided by 3, it gives me answer as a 60. Okay. That means I have the point strictly. Only one point I get, and which is 60, 0. 60, 0. So 60, 0. See, actually over here we get a parallel line to y-axis. That is to value x2. Okay. So that means 60. So this is, okay. So this is my second equation. So in the second equation, your region is again 3x1 less than or equal to 180, less than or equal to type. If it is less than or equal to type, then check the values. If I put the value as 50, then 3 into 50, that is 150. So 150 is less than or equal to 360. Fine. Okay. So that means, and if I put the value of x1 as a 70, then it is 3 into 70, that is 210. So whether 210 is less than or equal to 180? No, it is not. So the region is this, below the line. Okay. So So this is my second equation. Now what about the third equation? My third equation is 5x2 less than or equal to 200. So that means I can convert this equation to 5x2 is equal to 200. So what is the value of x2 now? x2 is equal to 200 divided by 5. That means it is 40. Okay, so the point is 0, 40. 0, 40. That means we get a line which is parallel to x-axis now. And the line is this. Okay, this is my third line. Or this is my third line. So how we get this? Now in the third line, again my constraint is less than or equal to type. That means 5x2 is less than or equal to 200. Okay. So since 5x2 is less than or equal to 200, if I put the value as 50 over here, and if I put the value as 50, what I get? 5 into 5. That means 250. Whether 250 is less than or equal to 200? No. That means I can take the region below the line, and hence the region is this. So now we can draw all the three lines or all the three constraints, and as per the constraint we can find the region for all these three equations. Okay. So now to find the solution of LPP, we can find the area under all these three equations, and area under all these three equations, that means this is my equation 1, this is my equation 2, and this is my equation 3. And area under these three equations, it becomes C. I can highlight the region as this. Okay. So this is the only area which covers these all the three lines. So let me write the points of this 0. So this point is suppose A, then this point is B, then this point is C and D. So area under the region OABCD. OABCD. Okay. So what is now solution? C. So my first point is O. So for the point O, my values are 0, 0. Okay. And next point, that is for the point A. For the point A, values become 60, 0. For the second point B, for the second point B, I need to solve the two equations, and the two equations are equation number 2 and equation number 1. So my first equation is this. See, I have the first equation as 4x1 plus 6x2 is equal to 360, and next will be 3x1 is equal to 180. So I need to solve these two equations so that I get the value of B. So that means suppose I multiply both the equations by this equation by 3 and this equation by 4. What we get? 12x1 plus 18x2 is equal to 360, and this is 12x1 is equal to, I can get, no, this is not actually 360, I multiply this by 3 only. So what I get? 1080. Okay. And if I multiply this equation by 4, that means I get 720. So subtract these two equations. What I get? This will be get cancelled. I have 18x2 is equal to 180 minus 720. 180 minus 720, what it comes? See, 0. 8 minus 2, that means it is 6. And 10 minus 7, that means it is 3. So it comes as 360. So 18x2 is equal to 360. So what about the value of x2 now? x2 is comes as 20. Fine. So if x2 is 20, then I put this value of x2 in equation 1. So what we get? If I put x2 as 20, so 6 into 20 is equal to 360. So what it comes? 4x1 is equal to minus 120. So the value is 360 minus 120. So it comes as 240. And what about x1? So x1 is 60. So my point is 60, 20. So over here the point which I have is B point as 60, 20. Now what about the point C? So to get the value of point C, we need to solve the equation 1 and equation 3, because this is the intersecting point of equation 3 and equation 1. So what is equation 3 over here? My equation is 5x2 is equal to 200. Fine. So actually to solve this 5x2 divided by 200, I need to solve as this equation. Okay, first equation, this is second equation, and this is third equation. Now I need to solve these two equations. So to solve these equations, we can solve this equation actually. So x2 is equal to 200 divided by 5. So what it comes? x2 is 40. So put the value of x2 as 40 over here. We get the answer as 4x1 plus 6 into 40, that is 240 is equal to 360. So 4x1 is equal to 360 minus 240. So it comes as 120. Okay, right. And what about x1 now? The value of x1 is 30. So my point is 30, 40. My next point, that is C point, 30, 40. So C point is 30, 40. Okay. Now the last point, that is this D point. The D point is actually directly I can get the answer as 0, 40. 0, 40. Okay. Getting all the points. The area covered under all the lines. Common area covered all the lines. So this is my point. Now I can find the value of Z by using all these points. What is my Z? Z is maximize Z is equal to 15x1. I write over here. 15x1 plus 10x2. Okay. So I can write the values over here as C. 0, 0. If I put 0, 0, the value of Z is 0. Okay. This is my first value. If I put the value of x1 as 60 and x2 as 0, then what is Z? Z is equal to 15 into 60. Okay. So it means it is 900. Okay. This is my second value. This is first, second, then third value. Third value is I need to put x1 as 60 and x2 as 20. So what is Z? 60 into 15 plus 10 into 20. So what it comes? 900 plus 200. So 1100. Okay. Now fourth is I need to put 30 and 40. So Z is 15 into 30 plus 10 into 40. So it comes as 850. That is my fourth point. And what about the fifth? In the fifth point, that is this. In the fifth point, I need to put x1 as 0 and x2 as 40. So if I put the value of x2 as 40, the Z is 400. Okay. So I get the value of Z as 0, then Z has 900, then Z has 1100, then Z has 850 and Z is 400. But over here my problem is to maximize Z. See, maximize Z. So I will consider the value of Z, which is maximum value of Z. Okay. So which is the maximum value? This one is maximum value. So for third value, the Z is maximum. So third point, my third point is, see this 60, 20. That is by this point. So this is the maximum value. That is, I can get the value or solution of LPP as C. My solution of LPP is x1 is equal to 60, then x2 is equal to 20, and the value of Z is 1100. So that is the solution of my LPP. Okay. So that is my graphical method. So can you get in the method? Fine. Over here, what we have in this method? In this method, we can consider all the constraints are equality type. Then we can draw the line for all the equations after having the values, after considering some values of these variables. Then after drawing the equations, we can consider, by considering the sign, we can draw the area under this line. After having the area under this line, we can find the area covered by all these three lines. Okay. Then we get the common area. After having the common area, we can find the points for this common area. So after having the common area and common points, we can find the value of z for each and every point for this common area. After having the common values or values of z for each and every point, we can check my objective function. My objective function, since over here my objective function is maximization type, we can consider the maximum value of z and the corresponding points of x1 and x2. So that is the graphical method. Now let me have one more example. So my next example is, I can have one more example so that I can finish my graphical method. Okay. So my example is maximize z is equal to 3x1 plus 2x2. Let me write over here. Maximize z is equal to 3x1 plus 2x2. Subject to constraint 5x1 plus x2. 5x1 plus x2 greater than or equal to 10. Then x1 plus x2 greater than or equal to 6. And one more constraint is there, x1 plus 4x2. x1 plus 4x2 greater than or equal to 12 and x1 comma x2 greater than or equal to 0. Now to solve this, again we will consider my first equation, that is 5x1 plus x2 is equal to 10, and I need to solve this equation by considering the value. Suppose I consider x1 as 0, I get x2 as 10, and if I put the value of x2 as 0, I get x1 as 2. Okay. So my now I can draw the graph as, okay. So over here I can, for x-axis I can plot value x1, and for y-axis I can plot the values of x2. So since x1 is 0, x2 is 10. So I can have the values as 4, 8, 6 and 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 2, 4, y, which takes values x2. Okay. So the first value is 0, 10. So on x-axis I have 0 and on y-axis I have 10. So this is my first point. Second point 2, 0. So 0, 2. So no, 0, 2. This is my, on x2 0 and x1 is 2. So this is my first equation. Okay. So let me draw the line passing through these two equations. This is my equation number 1. And for equation number, the area is obvious, the area is greater than or equal to type. Since the area is greater than or equal to type, it is actually upward region. Let me check. Suppose I put 4 and value is 11. Over here value is 11, or we may put 12. So 4 and 11. Suppose I put 4 and 11 over here. So if I put 4, 5 into 4, that is 20 plus 11. That means it is 31. So 31 is greater than 10? Yes, it is. So my region is this. Okay. So this is the region for the first line. Now for the second line, I can solve in the similar manner. That is x1 plus x2 is equal to 6. So suppose I put x1 0, x2 is equal to 6. And suppose I put x2 0, x1 is equal to 6. Okay, so the points are 0, 6. So that means it is 0, 6. This is the point. And 0, 6, this is 6, 0. So this is the point. So the region is this. This is my second line. Okay. And for this line, again, since the area is greater than or equal to 6, it is again this region only. Okay, fine. Now for the third equation, my third equation is this. Third equation is x1 plus 4x2 is equal to 12. So suppose I put the value of x1 as 0, x2 is 3, and suppose I put x2 as 0, x1 is equal to 12. So my point 12 0, no sorry, 0 3 means this is the point, 0 3, and 12 0 means this is the point. Okay, so the line is this. Since again over here it is greater than or equal to time, I have the region in this manner. So over here the common region, what is the common region? The common region is this. See, this one is the common region which I have. Okay, but so that is A, B, C and D. This is the common region. Okay, A, B, C, D. Okay, but what about my objective function? My objective function over here is maximization Z. That means our region is increasing indefinitely. My region is increasing indefinitely. So I cannot get the value of Z which maximizes my Z. Okay, that means over here this problem is unbounded solution. This problem is unbounded solution. We cannot get the solution since my area under this constraints are increases indefinitely. Getting the concept? So this is about graphical method, that is problem that is we can solve the or find the solution of LPP by using graphical method. Okay, thank you.